The theme of adultery makes interesting reading, but as we see in the novel The Scarlet Letter by Nathaniel Hawthorne, there are always consequences for everyone involved. Everybody knows the saying, it takes two to tango, which applies to the act of committing adultery, even though it seems that when it comes time to pay for the social consequences, the woman always ends up paying the higher price. The main character, Hester, is judged and prosecuted very harshly by men, children, and worst of all, by other women. In my paper, I argue that Hester Prynne, from Nathaniel Hawthorne's novel The Scarlet Letter, paid the higher price of the social consequences for committing adultery in a Puritan society. In the first section of my paper, I demonstrate how she was judged and prosecuted by the men in the society. This is one of the quotes that I use to support my point. I quote, "It behoves him well if he is still alive, if he is still in life," responded the townsman. "Now, good sir, our Massachusetts magistrate be thinking themselves that this woman is youthful and fair, and doubtless was strongly tempted to her fall, and that moreover, as most likely, her husband may be at the bottom of the sea. They have not been bold to put in force the extremity of a righteous law against her. The penalty thereof is death, but in their good mercy and tenderness of here, they have doomed Miss Prynne to stand only a space of 3 hours on the platform of the pillory, and then thereafter for the remainder of her natural life to wear a mark of shame upon her bosom. As it is described, the men have Hester stand in a scaffold in the middle of the market with a scarlet letter on her bosom, to give the public an opportunity to judge her for her sin." In the second section, I show how Hester and her daughter Pearl are also judged and ridiculed by the children of the town. In the story, Hester and Pearl are on their way to the Governor Billingham's mansion. As they are walking, they encounter some children who start yelling and threaten to throw mud at them to show how they feel towards them. This is another quote from the novel that I used to support this point. And I quote, "Behold, verily, there is the woman of the scarlet letter, and of a truth moreover, there is the likeness of the scarlet letter running along by her side. Come on, therefore, let us fling mud at them." Did the children hear from the adults identifying this woman as the Scarlet Letter, that they believed that she was some infectious disease, and anyone who got close would be infected by this horrible disease and would suffer the same fate? In the third and last section of my paper, I show how the other women of the town judged Hester even more harshly, and if it had been up to them, Hester would have received a more violent and cruel punishment. This represented in the part that takes place almost at the beginning of the novel in the marketplace. Here's the quote that I used to support this point. "I tell ye, peace of mind. It would be greatly for the public behalf if we, women, being of mature age and church members of good repute, should have the handling of such malefactresses as this Hester Prynne. What think ye, gossips, if the houses stood up for judgment before us five that are now here in a knot together, would she come up with such sentence as the worshipful magistracy have awarded. Marry, I trow not. The magistrates are God-fearing gentlemen, but merciful over much that is truth, added a third autumnal matron. At the very least, they should have put the brand of hot iron on Hester Prynne's forehead. I feel that I have successfully proven that Hester Prynne paid the higher price of the social consequences for committing the sin of adultery.